So on this side of this Vacuload 4 is several items. This is the valve that operates this vibrating section. So you can see it's put on a piece of channel, so it actually fibrillates and bounces any consolidation of abrasive, dust, dirt, whatever's accumulated in there. So this is the valve to operate that particular airline. So the only time I need to operate that is when I dump this particular butterfly here. So remember, you need to turn the air off inside there to dump this. Otherwise the product that's in there will be held up in suspension by the vacuum still trying to hold everything in the back of this receiver. So as far as this airline's concerned, there's air into this to make it vibrate, but there's also a little muffler which is an exhaust. It's gauze, keeps the noise down. Do I need to run it all the time? Look, if it flows out of there easily, there's no problems. But if you're worried that there is a hold up in there and it's when you're trying to dump, it's holding it up, by all means turn it on while you've still got air to this unit, which the air is fed from the back of the main airline. So all you've done on the back is turn the two adductor lines off, but there's still air in the main manifold in the T section, which still feeds all of these hoses. So that's not null and void when you just turn those two butterflies off. I've still got air to facilitate these. What else it does do is enables me the opportunity to fill these lines with air, which is operated by the dump valve, which is open and closed as I showed you previously. So the dump valve is this butterfly valve here. So pneumatically, that valve opens. So before I even think about opening that valve, what I need to do is attach appropriately a bulker bag underneath here to catch what's coming out. What I suggest you do is keep the ears or the tags of the bag up close to the unit. And also too, do I need to sit it on a pallet? Because if I dump everything into the bulker bag, how am I going to get it out of there? I have to let the ears or the tags of the bag go and get the tines of the fork in between this unit, and you run the risk of damaging these areas. So I'd be more inclined to put the bulker bag on a pallet if you have the opportunity to do that. So there's one big potential here to hurt yourself. Because it's a pneumatically operated valve, that means that when air comes onto this valve, it'll open that butterfly. What's the consequence of that? If someone operates that valve and you've got your hand in there, it will actually cut your fingers off. So what do we need to do? We need to make sure that we've got two people here to do this particular job. One, to ensure that no one operates that valve if I'm going to put my hands anywhere near it. So what I suggest you don't do is, with that valve open, put your hand up in there to see if there's anything left in behind, any remnants sitting on the conical section. What a silly thing to do. Never put your hand in there. If you're worried about retention of dust, turn the vibrator on and see what falls out. So it's a look-see from a distance. It's not a, let's put my hand in there and see what the story is. So never, there's no need to put your hand in there at all. Always have somebody there to make sure that nobody else can touch this or operate this unit whilst I'm doing this. Because like I said, you've still got air in the centre manifold, but you've turned the adductors off. So it can't suck anything, but someone can turn that butterfly on or off while I've got my hand in there. Don't put your hand in there, simple. This is sitting on 4 sliding RHSs. So they have pins in them, and they also have on the end of the pin a linch pin or a safety pin. So when we lift this up into position with the forklift, we slide the pins into the appropriating holes and put the linch pins in the end of the pin itself.